He could just feel it in his bones. Frank Malone, crankiest bastard on the River City police force, poured himself a cup of the sludge the brass around here called coffee from the ancient percolator. It flowed into the tiny white styrofoam cup like tar, and tasted like it too. Most of the boys steered clear, but he had been here a long time, had developed a taste for the so-called black pudding. The secretary continued to make it just for him. When the old girl Marge had retired years ago, the one that got to replace her, Mona, didn't know the score. Figured the old cast iron perk had seen better days. She took it upon herself to replace it with one of those modern fancy ones he called Mister. Frank had put the fear of God into her and anyone else who crossed his path that day. And from that point on, the old girl was rescued from the trash heap, given back its place of honor next to the map of the city, and had its contents brewed and refilled daily. Frank was too old now to try something new. The newest clean-shaven punk they'd thrust in him sat at his desk, right across from Frank's, filling out a form.
That's all these kids do now, them and their damn forms.
Jimmy Hooper. He wasn't his first partner, but he probably would be his last. The kid had book smarts, but it was too early to tell if he had street smarts. He looked up from his little piece of sucking up to the boys upstairs.
Almost done here, Frank.
Crime doesn't wait for the paperwork, kid. It's got its own agenda.
Jimmy frowned.
Sorry, Frank, but it's procedure.
I wipe my ass with procedure, kid.
Jimmy looked at him wide-eyed, but said nothing. Frank sat down opposite him, tapping a pencil on his desk. You could tell it was annoying the kid from the little twitch at the edge of his lip. Like he wanted to say something, but was thinking better of it.
You aren't gonna get the best of me, kid. Old Frank has a few tricks left.
The tap, tap, tap of the pencil on his desk at the pace of a metronome in 6/8 time. Persistent enough to get in your head, innocuous enough to seem like a nervous tick. If his prediction held true, Jimmy would give up on the paperwork and they could go and talk to these kids, get their statements, and go out and find some real crime. Jimmy's head moved just a fraction of an inch. His eyes, there was anger rising.
Come on, kid. Break.
Okay, enough.
Got him.
Fine, let's go, Frank. I can finish this later.
He shoved the paperwork aside, clearly at his wit's end, but choosing his battles.
See, kid? I told you we had better things to do.
Frank opened the door to the interrogation room. A bored-looking girl of about 17 sat playing with her phone.
Hello, Miss, Abraham.
Jimmy said while looking at the file on his case.
I'm Detective Inspector Sergeant Malone, and this is my partner, Officer Hooper.
Hi, she stammered.
Now, I'm sure this won't take too long. We just have a few standard questions to ask. We'll need to get a statement on what happened, a description of the other guy, nothing serious.
Oh, okay.
Your parents are on their way, so don't worry about that. You're not in any trouble here, we just have to go through the motions. You understand.
Frank was playing the kindly old man role, if only to show Jimmy that a cop had to sometimes choose a different part for a different play. Right, okay then, but I'm not sure how much help I can be. It all happened so fast.
Anything you remember will be helpful.
Jimmy reassured her. Frank shot him an angry glare. This was his show and the kid could damn well keep quiet and watch a master at work.
So tell us again what happened, Miss Abraham.
She took a deep breath, as if trying to remind herself that what she had witnessed had been real, not some crazy dream. Well, there's not much to it, really. Joshua and I went to the HMV to look at CDs. Jimmy checked the file.
So this Joshua is the same Joshua waiting in the room next door? Is he your...
Boyfriend. And yes, he was picked up with me at the mall.
Go on then, Miss Abraham.
Well, there was this weird guy dressed in a green Power Ranger tracksuit in the store.
Power Ranger?
Frank was confused.
Kid show.
Jimmy answered.
Figures he'd know.
Yeah, a kid show, like a kung fu thing, but with big monsters and robot lions that merge into a giant robot.
Sounds like a hippie's LSD dream.
Frank shook his head. The girl's eyebrows furrowed, confused. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, the weird guy was just like the Green Ranger.
Now, when you say he was acting weird, what do you mean?
Jimmy asked. Sam shrugged. Hard to say, but he seemed kind of out there, like he was staring at a German DVD a long time before he jumped at Joshua.
So he was a Nazi. This case is suddenly getting interesting.
Frank nearly jumped out of his seat. I don't know, I guess he could have been, Sam continued. He was holding the DVD, then all of a sudden he jumped the shelf and started attacking Joshua. He threw him through the glass window.
He threw him?
A Nazi with superpowers, I knew it.
She hesitated before going on. So then Joshua starts fighting back. He threw the garbage can at the guy, which missed, and broke the other window.
Smart move. Take out the Nazi super soldier trash with the trash.
Frank said, pleased. Yeah, but then Joshua got the upper hand, and the mall cops came to break it up. The other guy ran away before you guys arrived.
That's all that happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Was there any kind of argument before the fight?
No, that was what was so weird. The guy just jumped Joshua.
Well, I think that's enough for now, Miss Abraham.
We'll get someone in here with some photos for you to look over, see if you recognize anyone, and then you can go home. We'll go talk with your boyfriend next door, get his statement. We might get lucky if the security camera footage is any help.
Don't worry, we'll catch the Nazi scum that did this.